So how is it?
How is what?
Your new job. How's the office and work environment? Does it seem okay so far?
You're worrying too much. It's still the first day. I'm still just totally focused on learning the ropes.
Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. But it's been a while since you've worked. I just wanted to make sure you were enjoying it.
Does anyone really enjoy working? Anyway, as promised, it seems like everyone mostly communicates via chat, so that's really helpful. Not being able to hear shouldn't slow me down at all. Thank goodness for modern technology. Even if everyone is wearing masks, I can still communicate just fine.
Glad to hear it.
Oh, and there's a girl I work with that really loves dogs. We started talking about dogs and she got really excited. So I ended up going on and on about Petey.
Ah, your first day and you're already chatting on the clock. Anyway, I'm glad it seems like you found a nice work environment.
Seems like it. And I'm really glad I was able to find another design job.
Yeah, me too. I know everyone was so great at your last job. I felt so bad that you had to leave just because I got transferred. And I know finding a new job was so difficult.
It's not like it was your fault. My number one priority is being with you. As long as I can do that, I'm happy.
Thank you. Me too. As long as you're with me, I'm the happiest man in the world.
Aw, but I really have to hurry up and eat before my break is over. I should probably let you get back to work anyway.
Aha, I got it. Don't work too hard.
Okay. Thanks for having me over today, Linda. Petey is such a cutie. Dogs really do just heal the soul, don't they? Thanks for coming. Petey had a great time playing with you, too. You're welcome over again anytime. Oh, don't say that, or I'll be over every week. Your cooking was so good, too. I've just got to tell everyone. Oh, it's not that special. I just wanted to thank you for always helping me out at work. It can be difficult for me sometimes when I have to talk in person, and even though we usually use chat, I can't avoid face-to-face meetings sometimes. Having you there is really a lifesaver. Like having to take that phone call today. I feel so lucky being able to hang out with you outside of work as well. It's no trouble at all. Besides, I have to ask you things at work too. Oh, and by the way, your hubby is a real hunk, isn't he? And he works at such a great company on top of that. I didn't ask earlier, but how did you guys meet? A mutual friend introduced us. He's so nice. I sometimes feel like I'm not worthy. Oh, I know what you mean. What a nice guy. Not many people would want to marry someone who's handicapped. He must really love you. Oh, I guess so. Oh, I didn't mean anything bad by that. I'm so sorry. I just meant he must have had a lot of regular women chasing after him is all. I mean, of course, there's nothing wrong with you or anything. It's okay, I understand. Really? You're not mad? I hope handicapped isn't the wrong word. Maybe it would be better to say hearing impaired. Or is it hearing challenged? Sorry. I have no idea what the proper terms are. Really, whatever is fine. Generally, people tend to say hard of hearing, though. But in my case, deaf is appropriate, and that is what it says on my medical ID. Oh, really? I guess people are pretty strict about these things nowadays, though. So I was worried I might have offended or hurt you. Thank you for telling me the proper term. And you have a medical ID. Well, that's so cool. Cool? Doesn't it give you a bunch of perks? Oh, I'm not sure I would really say perks. But it definitely helps me out a lot. Don't you get tax breaks too? Oh, it seems like it's worth its weight in gold. I almost regret being healthy, since it means I can't get one. I think it's better just being healthy. Oh, I guess you're right. But at a glance, you don't look like there's anything wrong with you. As far as disabilities go, you've got the best one. That's lucky, right? That's honestly never crossed my mind. Because you're so modest. If you weren't, you'd never have been able to catch such a great guy. Anywho, I've really got to get ready for bed. Talk to you tomorrow. Give my best to Eddie, and Petey, too. Thanks for helping me out so much today, Eddie. It was my first time going to a gym, so I had no idea what anything did.
Happy to help. I never expected to see you at that gym, though. I figured there were much nicer gyms for women. That one's a bit, musky, I guess.
You think so? Maybe I'm just attracted to its authentic gym feeling.
I guess it does have that feeling. I've heard some professional MMA fighters train there.
Really? I guess I chose well. But I'm still learning how to use the equipment, so I hope it's okay if I ask for help again if I see you.
No problem. But you might be better off asking a personal trainer.
You're probably right, but I guess it's a bit less embarrassing to ask someone I know. By the way, how is Linda?
Linda? She's the same as always, as far as I know.
Oh, really? The thing is, I have something I'd like to talk to you about. It's about our work. And I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't repeat this to Linda.
Okay.
Her attitude at the office has been a bit off.
Oh?
I don't think she means anything bad, but how should I put this? Of course, I know she can't hear. Everyone at the office gets that, I think, but some people are saying she seems curt. Or, like a lot of times, it seems like she's intentionally ignoring them.
Really? Linda's the kind of person who's generally hyper-aware of the people around her.
Yeah, I think so too. But if everyone at the office feels like this, maybe her sensitivity varies depending on the person. I'm doing my best to smooth things over with everyone, but...
Well, I appreciate that.
Oh, no, it's nothing. If it's all unintentional, then it's no problem.
Well, if that's how the people at the office are feeling, I think it's best to tell Linda directly.
Please wait. It's an office problem, so please let me handle it. I'll figure something out. On the off chance we can't work it out, then maybe it would be good for you to get involved.
Okay, that's fine.
Please don't worry too much about it, but if there's anything you're concerned about, you can talk to me.
I see. Thank you. I appreciate the thought.
I'm sure there are a lot of difficult things for you as well. But I'm not just Linda's coworker. I'm her friend as well. So you can lean on me if you need to.
Got it. Anyway, I'm just getting home.
Gotcha. Talk to you later. I'd like to talk to you about something, Mary. Do you have some time right now? Sure, what's up? Eddie told me that you two exchanged numbers at the gym, and that's fine, but... How do I say this? It seems like you're messaging him an awful lot, you know? You think so? I guess you could say that. But we go to the same gym, so I have a lot of questions. It's my first time lifting weights. Yeah, that's totally fine. but I think inviting him to hang out is crossing the line a bit. Oh, did I cross a line? I don't think I invited him to hang out so much as I just asked him to help me go shopping for gym wear. Oh, I think you're blowing it a bit out of proportion. But I can't help but think it's a bit strange to do that with a married man. And not just any married man, your friend's husband. Ouch. It's precisely because he's your husband I thought it would be okay. You don't trust me? It's not that. But secretly messaging my husband and inviting him out to go shopping, just the two of you? Things like that make it seem like I can't trust you. So what are you saying? I'm the one who's bad? Well, what about Eddie? He's been talking with me too. Well, to tell you the truth, Eddie has been a bit troubled too. You're my friend, so he doesn't want to be rude. But he said he's told you a bunch of times that he's not comfortable spending time with you alone, but you don't seem to listen. Well, he would say that to you, but I think his true feelings are a bit different. He always seems like he's having so much fun when we talk at the gym. Maybe because he can't really fully connect with you eye to eye at home. I think my husband and I have a much better grasp of each other's feelings than you do. Anyway, I think you've been really weird lately. Not just about Eddie, but it seems like you're ignoring me at work sometimes too. Did I do something to offend you? You're the one who doesn't answer when people try to talk to you, since you can't hear. I can't ignore you back sometimes. That's literally just because I can't hear. It's not like I intentionally ignore anyone. Oh, me too. I don't intentionally ignore you. Anyway, you don't really have any right to complain about me talking with your husband at this point. You gave me permission. Permission? Did you understand what I asked you earlier? Huh? Did you ask me something? Oh, that's right. You can't hear. My bad. I said it out loud, so I guess you wouldn't have understood me, huh? I asked you if I could have your husband. And after I said that, you nodded. Don't you remember? What? I just remember you asking me about the design check. Yeah, I asked you then. Anyway, even though you couldn't hear me, you still nodded. So that means I'm not doing anything wrong. What the? What happened to you? You were so nice when I first met you. Actually, I've been making fun of you from the beginning. No matter what I said, you really couldn't understand me. It was hilarious. Really? When you said you had a hard time finding a job because you were deaf. I thought that was so pitiful. But then when I saw you were married to such a hunk with such a nice high-paying job, it kind of pissed me off, to be honest. It doesn't make any sense. It's not like I chose to be born deaf. Oh, you could say that, but still. At the end of the day, it's really been working out for you, hasn't it? Well, we don't know what the future will bring, though. It seems like Eddie might prefer a nice, healthy woman over you. I think what he's trying to tell you is that he's having trouble stopping himself from cheating. Oh, looks like I've hooked him. I got a reply from him just now.
Useless trash, right? Was that how you introduced yourself?
What? What are you on about all of a sudden?
This is Eddie. I couldn't keep just watching this, so I asked Linda to give me the phone.
What? Is this really Eddie?
Yes, it is. How dare you treat my wife like this?
I'm just telling it like it is. Don't you think you'd be better off with a normal woman than a deaf one?
That doesn't matter to me at all. As far as I'm concerned, there are only two kinds of women in this world. Linda and everyone else. And just like she said, I've been really troubled about what to do with your messages. I keep telling you again and again I won't meet up with you. I've been worried that maybe you have amnesia or something. And if you're not inviting me out, you're complaining about Linda's attitude at work. Honestly, it puts me in a bad mood. I know that I can't believe anything you say. I'd really like it if my wife and I could have nothing to do with you from this point forward. So outside of work, please don't contact Linda anymore.
Why? You always had so much fun talking with me.
Because at that time I thought of you as not just my wife's coworker, but as her friend. Outside of that, I never had even an ounce of interest in you.
Oh, I get it. You've got a thing for disabled women, huh? Oh, I've heard of guys like you.
You know, I'd prefer it if you would stop talking about people like that. Every time you talk, whether I'm listening to it or reading it, it makes me uncomfortable. And I didn't want to bring this up before, but you only joined that gym because I was going there, right? And outside of the gym, you've been hanging out around places that Linda has told you that I go. It's creepy. Like, just recently, I was gonna go to a cafe I like when I saw you standing outside and peering into the window. I left before you could spot me.
What? Oh, what are you, some kind of narcissist or something?
I thought you'd say something like that, which is why I didn't bring it up until now. At any rate, I hate to break this to you, but you and Linda are like night and day. Linda is day, of course. You, on the other hand, have a warped personality. You hurt people, and have no regard for the feelings of others. You say that Linda isn't healthy, but if you ask me, you have some kind of mental sickness.
What? She's the crippled one. And to think I thought I would let you marry me, idiot. Do you think you can keep carrying her baggage your whole life?
I don't remember ever wanting to marry you. And if Linda is baggage, what does that make you? Garbage.
Have you put any thought to what Linda's work life is going to be like if I tell the company about this? I'm an actual employee. Linda is just a part-timer. You realize which of us has more pull around the office, right?
If your company covers for someone like you, she's better off not working there. From the beginning, I thought it would be better for Linda if she worked at home. But anyway, if you've seen the way she works, I'm sure even you have realized how capable she is. So actually, we're perfectly okay with everyone at the office seeing this conversation. Of course. They should know they have someone like you working there so they can protect themselves. And it would be nice if Linda could work as far away from you as possible.
Hold on a second. You want to bother them with something as small as this?
I believe it was you who brought that up first. Something about, do I realize how Linda will be treated if they find out about this? Come to think of it, that's kind of a threat, isn't it?
That's not how I meant it. Let's not do anything rash.
What? How'd you mean it then? At any rate, you've been following me and mocking my wife. I'm not going to just let that go lightly. I wonder if there's some kind of libel or hate speech law that applies here.
Hey, stop it. Please.
It's not really up to me to decide by myself anyway, so I'm going to talk to Linda. I'd suggest you think about what you've been doing. Oh, that's right. You might not be smart enough to do that. Sorry, that wasn't very tactful. Please don't get angry. I didn't mean anything bad by it. You okay? How's Mary?
It looks like she took the day off. She must be in shock from yesterday still.
But you're the one who was hurt. What's her excuse?
Meh. Maybe it's an angry shock. Anyway, I talked to my boss today. I asked him about what Mary said, if I've not been paying enough attention to what's going on around me, and accidentally ignoring people. I thought if that was really the case, it's really a problem.
And let me guess, she was lying?
Yeah, seems like it. The boss said she's never heard anyone say anything like that when she's talked to them. Actually, they've said good things about me.
That's more what I expected. Were you able to talk to her about Mary?
I wasn't sure at first, but she seemed to sense something was off, and she asked me directly to tell her if there was anything wrong. So I told her about yesterday, and what Mary's been doing to you, too. Since she's only heard my side of the story so far, she wants to talk to Mary as well, and we'll figure out what to do from there.
I see. Well, I'm glad she listened to you.
Yeah, but she told me that off the record, the message contents were unacceptable. They really were terrible, huh?
They really were. I really don't want Mary to get away with this. You're too nice sometimes.
I guess I can't deny that. But I guess I feel like I owe her a bit still for helping me when I first started. I also feel bad that you had to go through all this trouble too, just because of my condition.
Being with you is never any trouble. Mary definitely was trouble, though. But that's just because she's a bad person. You didn't do anything wrong. Please don't think otherwise.
Thank you. It's just, if I could hear, none of this would have happened. Sorry, I know that's just self-pity.
Hey, were you saying that you aren't normal?
Well,
You are normal to me. I don't think there's anything strange about you. Being deaf is one of your characteristics in my eyes. Like how even though I can hear, I run really slowly. I lose every time we race.
oh, that's true.
In my opinion, it's basically the same thing. Of course, I understand what you mean. On average, most people can hear, right?
Right.
But whether it's by birth or by accident, everyone has something that they can't do. That kind of thing can't be helped. Of course, facing that reality can be difficult. But those things aren't what really matters about people. I mean, I fell in love with your personality. Of course, that's not to say I don't also like your cute face, stunning body, and everything else as well.
Hey, which is it?
Let's say everything. I love everything about you, Linda. Even if I was reincarnated, I know I would still love you. That's how much I love you.
All right. I get it. I'm at work. Don't make me blush anymore.
Sorry, but I mean it.
I know.
And on that note, I don't suppose you could make my favorite casserole tonight.
Oh, so that's what you're after. Thanks, Eddie. I'm so happy. After that, Mary came to work the same as always. Everything up until that point was fine, but still thinking that I hadn't talked to anyone, she started trying to spread nasty rumors about me with the other employees. Our boss caught her in the act and gave her a very stern warning concerning what she had done to me. Of course, the boss also told the people Mary had talked to what really happened. But because of that, rumors about Mary's actions started to spread throughout the company. In the end, Mary ended up getting the cold shoulder from everyone. No one wanted to get involved with her. I found out later that Mary had always been considered lazy, and the other staff didn't like her much. So, unable to stand up to the shame, she quit the company 1 week later and moved away. Everything calmed down for a bit after Mary left, but then a theft was discovered. Of course, Mary was the culprit. The day before she quit, she stole some laptops and hard drives, among other things. Right now, the company is trying to charge her for the stolen items. Out of consideration for Mary, they've been trying to settle things outside of court, but it seems that out of resentment for the company taking my side, Mary is refusing to pay. I've heard that if things keep going at this rate, the company will file charges with the police. There are some people who don't get knocked down easily, but it seems like Mary just keeps tripping herself over and over. I've had many experiences in my life of people getting unreasonably angry at me because I wasn't able to hear them, but I've never encountered anyone as cruel as Mary. The vast majority of people I've met have been kind. Like my husband Eddie, of course, and the other people at my work. So I'll continue to live my life grateful for all of the nice people I've been able to meet.